though, because this is, you wouldn't believe. Yeah,
I'm good, how are you? Good. I'm on a PT, she's calling me every time I'm here.
Good evening, and welcome to this meeting of the Old Kings Highway Committee of the Town of Yarmouth, which is being held in accordance with Chapter 470 of the Acts of 1973 as amended, at 7:15 p.m. on Monday, June 10th, 2024, at the Yarmouth Town Hall Hearing Room located at 1146 Route 28 South Yarmouth. Moreover, pursuant to Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021, considering certain COVID-19 measures, this meeting is being run in hybrid mode, which means live participation. There will probably be some Zoom participation too, as I always say, there could conceivably be some phone participation as well, although to date I've not seen that. 12 new applications for certificates of appropriateness will be heard this evening in the order listed on the agenda. Please be reminded that our committee's main purpose is to review items for appropriateness and setting, and it is the responsibility of the applicant to comply with the regulations of other town boards and departments, including building, conservation, engineering, health, zoning, and the sign inspector. You should know that there is a 10 calendar day appeal period starting once a decision is filed with the town clerk. Any person aggrieved by our decision tonight can appeal to the Regional Commission of the Old Kings Highway Historic District. Our office administrator, Lisa Sherman, will be happy to answer any questions you may have regarding this process. And on the subject of process, our process here is to have the applicant and/or the applicant's representatives come before us, sit at the table in front of me, speak into the microphone, identify yourself or yourselves, and present your application without interruption from either the committee or the public. After which, I will ask the committee for comments and questions. Following that, the public and especially interested abutters will be free to ask questions and make comments. And for that purpose, if you would kindly stand up to the podium to my front left, speak into that microphone, and likewise identify yourself or your and where you live, and make your comments or ask your questions. So the first item on the agenda tonight is 24-A064. It's to install 2 fences at 8 Old Cedar Lane. Chris and Julie Campbell are the owners, and who do we have tonight?
Chris Campbell.
If you would.
Hi,
Okay.
Chris.
Hey, I'm Chris Campbell. I live at 8 Old Cedar. And I want to install a 4-foot tall, 110-foot long vertical space picket white cedar fence. If you look at the little map I drew out, the backside, that section of Bud's conservation land. So we wanted to preserve the view into the woods. And then the other fence along the side there on the left, you'd see it's 125 feet, whitefoot cedar, 6-foot picket fence for privacy screening. The last panel, it looks like I believe I drew an 8-foot section there. It goes from 6 feet to 4 feet. It's just a drop in elevation. It'll just all white cedar, looking for special permission.
Okay. Got it? Okay. Questions or comments from the committee?
The X's are existing fences on your little,
Yeah, we purchased the home like a month and a half ago, and there is existing black rubber-coated chain link fence.
right. Okay.
Other questions? Yes, go ahead.
Are you going to leave the chain link? You're going to leave that fence in?
I really don't want to have to take it out. It was there when we bought the house. It was sold as, it was
Yeah.
not presented as an issue when we bought it.
So,
Pre-existing.
Yep.
don't worry about that. But so for the fence that comes out toward the road,
Yeah.
typically we approve fences to the front of the house, the front facade of the house, but it looks like it's going to go beyond that. Do you know how far beyond the front of the facade of the house that you want it to go?
So if you don't want, if you're against that, I'm open to doing the last panel just up to the facade. It was only gonna go 8 feet past that.
Just one panel.
Yeah, it was gonna be one panel that would drop off, but if
That's
to make
typically
or
what we
break,
approve,
I'll
but I
just
don't
go back a panel.
strong feeling about it. And the fences are the same or different? The one along the back is open and the one along the side is solid?
It's 4-foot tall, vertical spaced picket fencing, so there's a bit of a gap. It's like a picket's worth of a gap in each. It's just shows, it has visibility through the fence.
Okay. Thank you.
So your direct abutter at 14 also has a fence
Yeah, is that the, right next door?
Yes.
Yeah,
to the right as you're looking from Cedar Lane.
correct.
Had you thought about that when you picked your fence?
Yeah, I considered matching it, and I still could. I still could if that's, there's this solid, so if I put that along the back, along the wood line, they can't see into the woods.
Right. Yeah. No, it's a question I had because
Yeah, no, I
it's
certainly
there and
considered
it's
it,
next
yeah.
door, and so I wondered if it had occurred to you to mimic that fence, so.
Yeah, it has occurred to me, and it's, pricing economically, it was more expensive
Yeah,
panels.
okay. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
You have a nice view back there, looking out toward the bog and everything, right?
yeah, it's, pleasant, yeah. I've seen deer coming in and out of there, so it's,
So that's why you want it open so you can see back there,
yeah.
which makes sense.
Any other questions or comments from the committee? Any questions or comments from abutters or other interested members of the public? How do we feel about the amendment?
About if it
What's
comes
the
beyond-
amendment?
If it comes beyond the front of the house.
Right.
And I don't feel strongly about that, it's just,
Okay.
how strong is that in the,
I didn't even know it was a problem.
We're talking about just the single
right here.
section and then the 4-foot drop.
right,
So
because
what if you
typically,
take the 4-foot drop from the house?
he could, but the question is, do we care? Do we want to
You
make him
brought
do
it
that?
up, so I'm
Well,
just-
I could typically, I know when I put my fence in, I was
Yeah.
told that that was
Okay.
a rule, so I don't know how strongly we feel about it.
I have no problem with it.
I think the slope down to the 4 is the critical,
Yeah.
my opinion. Okay, hearing no comments or questions from abutters or other interested members of the public, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Application has been moved and approved, moved for approval. All those in favor
Aye.
signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. Congratulations, and if you'll come up and sign this document, which simply states if you want to make any changes, you'll let us know in advance. Right here.
By the way, Chris, I like your sense of humor. Your email address?
Thanks.
Okay, thank you, good luck with it.
Have a nice night.
You too.
Night.
His email address? This one Thank you.
I mean, I think this is an option, these two things. That's about it.
You already have it on there, I think.
They've got some on there. They do not.
Have the- Both sides of the garage and the house down here. That's just the location of the house. It's different style, I think.
I see somebody for the next one waiting, so.
The next item on the agenda is 24-A065. It's to install 25 solar panels on the front and side roofs at 897 West Yarmouth Road. Patricia Taylor is the owner, and I believe she is here tonight.
And there's Katie with her hand up. Hi, Katie.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Well, she's coming
We
in
hear you loud and clear.
Sorry.
So who wants to present?
I can present if you don't mind.
That's fine.
Okay, so what we were looking to do is install 25 panels on the roof. The panels will be black on black. Because the road is on the corner, the panels are going to be a little visible from the road unless they're being blocked slightly from the tree. And it will be a total of 541.45 square footage on the roof. And of course, if you guys have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them.
Okay, is that it? Patricia, you have anything to add?
Just a little bit. I realize this is my second time in front of the committee for the exact same thing. But times have changed, and I know President Biden and even Governor Healy have been opting for people to get solar, and the cost of electricity, as you know, has just really skyrocketed, and it's quite a challenge to my income. But the panels are actually not on the front of the house, because the panels on the White Rock side are on the side of my house, even though it looks like the front. It's because the person that lived there before us put that front on the house. Our actual address is West Yarmouth Road, and that is the front of our house.
Okay. Is that it?
I think so for now.
So, questions or comments from the committee?
I think Pat spoke very well for herself, and I don't see any problem with this installation. I know there's a grouping that is visible from White Rock Road, but it's back far, and even though there's one panel that's hanging out, for me, that's not the problem that it might be for some of the members. Your roof is black, the panels are black. I don't think it's as outstanding as it could be.
So,
Go ahead. I just have a question. Is this Katie?
Yes.
Katie, you know how we feel about visibility on the roofs, and you seem to have the two where the dormers, the roofs are pretty flat, perfectly fine as far as I'm concerned, but you seem to have two other available roofs, the other side of the main roof, and then the back side of the breezeway roof. What would
Yeah,
you?
so I see what you're talking about. So I don't think it is as much room as it looks like, because if you look on that roof plan with no panels on it, there's a little circle. We can't really put anything too close to that because that's in the way of the panels.
Vent pipe
So it
shadow.
actually limits the amount of panels. And then, I mean, we could move some panels to that, but we wouldn't move enough that's off one of the roofs that's facing one of the roads, if that makes sense.
Do you see what she's talking about? Okay.
I see what looks like a chimney in the middle of the roof, but I don't.
There's a vent pipe.
Vent pipe?
Yeah.
Here, wait, she's in the diagram.
It's a little orange circle.
Yeah, that's on this dormer roof though, right?
there's one in
Yeah,
there too.
what about these two roofs though?
This faces north.
So doesn't this?
You're right.
So, Katie,
Yeah.
Patricia alluded to the fact that this is the second time that she and her husband have come before us with a solar panel application. Are you aware of the previously applied for array?
I'm not aware of it. No, I'm not sure if it was from our company. If it was, I don't think I had a part in it, so I'm not sure in any of the details.
So the roof is, what color is your roof?
It's black.
It looks like gray in the picture, that's why I was
They
curious.
always
Very
do.
dark gray.
Yeah, it's as dark as you can get with shingles.
So this is a very difficult application for me personally because it's a corner lot. It's a heavily traveled lot in Yarmouthport. And although the past need not be prologued, it is a fact that this application in its previous incarnation was denied by this committee, and we were upheld on appeal. So I'm looking for substantive differences in the application that would make it more palatable this time. And honestly, the most conspicuous array, from my perspective, is the array that faces White Rock Road. And I personally have great difficulty with it
Why is that?
because it's very conspicuous on a heavily traveled intersection of two prominent roads in Yarmouthport.
For me, the fact that they are so heavily traveled and they're not,
Stop signs in all four directions, four-way stops.
right, but what I was going to say is, when we look at a historic way like 6A, I don't find this to be as much of a historic way. It's more heavily traveled. It's almost a causeway to get back and forth from West Yarmouth to Yarmouthport and White Rock Road to my neighborhood.
You got no opinion?
So
I may have to recuse myself on this one, actually.
that's a sort of a
Well, there's,
rationale for it.
The road that, West Yarmouth Road from Cape Cod Commission traffic count is 17,000 cars a day. If I remember correctly. I may be wrong in that. But it is well-traveled, but,
So the bulletin says that solar panels should be minimally visible from a public way. And that is not the case with this. They're not minimally visible. They're right in your face, right on the public way. So I would have to
Look
agree
at
with
our-
Bob that they're,
Look at our rationale for exemptions, because,
for exemptions.
yeah, again.
I have it right here,
Yeah.
so I can read it for the benefit of the public and the
Okay, Hoyt.
committee. So, establishment under Section 7 of Chapter 470, as amended, of an exemption for flush-mounted, non-glossy, all-black rooftop solar panels array that are to be affixed to a single-family residential dwelling that is less than 75 years of age and is not part of a listed contributing property on the Massachusetts and National Register of Historic Buildings and Sites and is not visible from Route 6A or any other designated scenic road. Such exemption, which neither of those roads are designated scenic roads. Such exemption shall only apply to rooftop solar panels array applications that meet all the following additional requirements. Plot plan showing location of house on property, drawings showing accurately the layout and location of the solar panel array and any related wires, systems, or features to be placed on the exterior of the dwelling. Roof length equal to or less than 50 feet. Roof height equal to or less than 35 feet. Roof pitch equal to or less than 7/12 pitch. Roof shingles shall be of a dark color to blend with the solar panel array. Solar panel arrays shall have a contiguous rectangular pattern and shall not be broken up with visual gaps or disjointed sections. Solar panel thicknesses shall not exceed 2 inches. Solar panel height above roof shall be less than 6 inches. No change to the appearance of the building except for the addition of the panels. So those are the qualifications for exempting this application.
The other one, wasn't there one about them having to be in a square or
It's
rectangular
solar
array?
panel arrays shall have a contiguous rectangular pattern and shall not be broken up with visual gaps or disjointed sections.
So there's one roof that does have.
If
a
you, I'm sure if
non-rectangular.
that's what bothers you about this,
No, I'm just talking about the criteria that he was reading. I was
that's the
just
only
noting.
criteria that is not met. So if that's the problem, perhaps Freedom can take
What's the-
away that solar panel.
What's the roof length of the array that faces
Well, there are
faces White Rock.
five of them,
What's
and
the
they're
length of that roof?
probably 25 feet, because it's 5 panels, and they tend to be 3x5s.
So you're right, Patricia. A lot has happened since you previously applied for these solar panels. We try to be sensitive to the economic considerations. That's in our bulletin, actually, that we will be sensitive to the economic considerations. Having said that, I am still troubled by the location of the house in relationship to White Rock and West Yarmouth, which are heavily trafficked roads. And there are stop signs in all 4 directions, so that they're going to be quite noticeable.
Do you mind if I suggest something just to see if we could try to make something work? And this is just a suggestion. I would have to like send it to my designers and our CE team to make sure that it would work with production. But could we possibly keep, just because you haven't mentioned it yet, so I'm not sure if you didn't like that, but the panels that you could see if you're coming from West Yarmouth Road towards that White Rock Road, are you okay with those panels on that roof because it's so high?
Yes.
On the garage, I believe it is?
Yeah, the roofs that are above the dormers, the dormer roofs,
Okay, yeah,
are fine.
perfect.
It's
So,
it's the White Rock roof.
okay. And it's just that one smaller one, right? Because it looks like there's the 4, and then it's the big panel array that's 15.
Right.
Do you not like any of those?
They don't like the, 3 times 5, 15 panels,
Right,
Perfect.
they're all visible from,
White Rock.
White
So they're basically kind of not liking any installation, because that's the main installation.
What we can do is, your suggestion is try to see if we would be, it will change her production slightly, but I don't know if it will change it enough to be negative for like it helping out, with the bills and getting the right amount of electricity producing. So I can see if we can change those to go to that roof panel that's facing the backyard. Just to give it a try to see if my team can do that.
It looks like you could fit possibly 9, maybe 11 on that roof, but that would leave 2. Looks like you could do 9 that would fit before that little circle on that roof, which I assume
In
is
my head, I can do 6 because you have to leave a lot of room, but I could be wrong. So I could be wrong, and I could not be feeling as positive. But no, I think we could move some to that. But the panel that you see that has the 3 and then the 1, it's not a perfect square. Would I have to change that?
No, I don't think they're.
No, those
They're
two
okay with
roofs
that.
are fine.
so Katie, on that roof you're talking about with the 3 and the 1,
Yeah.
you have all these solar panels oriented in the same direction, and I don't know enough about it to know why, but I'm curious, on the roof with the 4 panels, could you turn them 90 degrees and perhaps fit more that way, or no? Do they have to all
We
orient the
could.
same way?
I believe we could. I don't want to say that.
You get
out.
into an issue with rafters, so they lay them out so that they can connect to the rafters. So when you start going vertical instead of horizontal, anything can be done, but it makes things more complicated and therefore more expensive.
Yeah. We can always try it on paper and see what we can get for you guys, just so we put in our best effort, right? We want to try to make this work. So I think that's a good suggestion. I can go back to our design team to try to bring those panels that are the big array and try to move a good amount to the back and try to make it so her production is still beneficial to her.
So are you amenable to us tabling this and you figuring something a little different out and coming
Yes.
back?
Yes, I'd be glad to do that.
Are you okay with that, Patricia?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Okay.
May I ask a question of Katie and
Yes.
Pat? So who will own the solar installation? Is it Freedom or is it Pat?
So Pat will own it. We just install it.
So I just want to point out to my fellows here that the more power Pat gets, she's not splitting this with Freedom. This is Pat putting herself out to get the power into her home and to eliminate costs right off the top. She's willing to do that, so it's important to her. It's important to me, too. Thank you.
I think we'd all like to see a resolution to this that will benefit you. And I appreciate, Katie, your willingness to go back to the drawing board, as it were, to see if we can come up with something that we can, or I, speaking for myself, can live with. All right, are there any comments from the abutters or other interested members of the public with regard to this application? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion.
All right, so we're going to table?
So no.
All right, so I move to table item 24-A065 to see if we can come up with a more workable solution on this.
The language that Jim Wilson said.
I mean, it's such a broad, expansive roof on that, facing that road, and there aren't a lot of trees that aren't deciduous that are going to hide it.
But I would note, Paula, that sometimes when you fill a roof, they disappear even better than when you don't.
Well, I wouldn't argue with that, but I think,
I even have pictures now from New England Home with solar panels,
well, we have
which they now feature, so.
There's a motion on the table.
I second.
All in favor of tabling this application signify by saying aye.
Nay.
aye.
And aye. Thank you both.
Thank you.
No, I'm not voting on this. I'm recusing myself on this one.
Do we have enough for a vote? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you, Pat. The next item on the agenda is 24-A066. It's to install 11 solar panels on the rear roof at 170 Mayflower Terrace. Neil Rudzinski is the owner, and Freedom Forever MALLC is the agent. And who do we have still? You, Katie?
Still me.
All right.
you go.
Are you going to present? It looks like Neil is not present tonight.
I will present this one. So this one, we are looking to install 11 panels. It will be on the back of the roof, not visible from that road, from Mayflower Terrace. Like I said, black on black panels like usual. And the size would be 232.49 square feet.
And this is cul-de-sac. It's the last house on Mayflower Terrace, correct?
I want to buy
Correct.
this. I want to buy that house.
Okay. Any questions or comments from the committee with regard to this application?
It's a small array, but that has nothing to do with the proposal.
It's on the rear of the house, it's not visible, it's on the rear, it's not visible from the road. Are we concerned if it's visible from the water? Is that considered a public
I
way
don't
or
think,
not?
we've
Been discussed, but
That's right.
we didn't,
yeah.
It's never, it was never determined, but it is a public way.
yeah. It certainly doesn't have.
Any other
30,000
questions or
cars
comments from the
driving by.
committee?
30,000 bolts.
Questions or comments from abutters or other interested members of the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion.
Move to approve 24-A066.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And aye.
Thank you.
You're
All
welcome.
righty.
Thanks, Katie.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too. Came stapled together, so. It's all, it got stapled together, so I just decided not to unbundle it. Is this coming back this way?
Yeah, did you guys sign? Finish signing?
I don't know, did we get it?
Yes. I
Where is
think you
it?
just put it in your pile.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I signed it and get to you.
Is it that, is it what you just put on your pile?
Is that it?
That's the last one.
That's it.
Oh, because we didn't, okay, I get it. Oh, my. Oh, you didn't,
No, that's the previous one. There you go. Thank you. Okay.
The next item on the agenda is 24-A067. It's to extend existing garage and deck and add mudroom at 87 Cranberry Lane. Troy Walls is the owner.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello. Tell us.
I need to extend my garage. I need just a little bit more room in the back. The farmer's porch in the front is terrific. I want to bring it right around the back of the building. What's going to show most from the road is the mudroom under the farmer's porch, but I don't think that's objectionable at all. Nicely,
It
yeah.
connects to the garage and currently,
In a roof by roof now.
but it's not, it's open, there's an open space,
Exactly.
like, more like a breezeway. Yeah, okay, thank you. That's good. It's nice.
So you need room for another car, I judge.
Oh,
I saw a camper, but I thought you were gonna put the camper in there.
Bring out another 1,000?
say again?
BOAT, bring out another 1,000? Okay.
Trillion.
Going down that road, are you?
To you, John, it's about $1,000.
Any questions or comments from the committee regarding this application?
Nicely done.
No, looks fine.
I would concur with that.
Yeah.
I was surprised to see this vintage in that area.
Not that old. I built it 25 years ago.
It looks old, though, I mean,
Trying.
yeah,
Yeah. Really.
You built it?
it's nice.
Oh, nice.
We built the original house too? Very nice.
Any questions or comments from abutters or other interested members of the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion.
I move to approve 24-A067.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I agree with Liz, it's very nice. If you'll just sign this document, which says if you're going to make any changes, you will let us know.
Did you do all the designs yourself too? Nice. You got a card?
Which one?
On that plan.
Oh. Well,
I don't know if you remember when I came back last year for those 14 houses for Davenport.
Oh, yeah.
Is that you?
Just pulled the permits in today.
oh,
But you've already done the excavation.
What'd you do with all the land?
I don't know if you guys remember, but the original plan was switched over, but everybody complained, so they had to move the mountain on the left to the right and do the whole thing, so.
Yeah, all of a sudden I looked, it was gone.
Yeah.
It's like,
Right on 6A, right?
Yeah.
I'm watching.
Good. You're gonna be impressed at the end.
there you go.
I want one of your rocks.
There is a rumor out there that this is low-income housing, is
Yeah,
that?
there's a lot of rumors out there. There's rumors out there we're filling it with immigrants. So
Yeah,
illegally.
well, you know, whatever,
They're
but
all rentals, every single one of them.
Oh,
mean they're
okay,
rentals.
Every
rentals.
single one of them.
you mean nobody's buying them?
Nobody's buying any of them. I get calls every day, and they're beautiful homes too. We just saw them.
Yeah,
It's a nice layout. It's a really.
Is Davenport going to manage them?
yeah.
My goodness, I didn't know they were rentals.
We didn't talk about that. Yeah, I think you're good. He signed, right?
Not actually.
you're fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Isn't, but
Yeah, no bearing.
always just makes me
Yeah, the excavation's been incredible.
Like me?
No, you're not transient, you've been there for 100 years, right?
Well, just about, yeah.
All right. Okay, what is that? Was that,
Number 5.
that was number 4?
You're right.
4, was that 4?
5 is,
5 is Ware Road.
yep.
The next item on the agenda is 24-A068. It's to install new clapboard siding and a new front door at 275 Weir Road. William and Jennifer Witten are the owners. Thomas A. Long is the agent. And who do we have?
Thomas Long, the agent.
Thank you. Present, please.
As you can see in the pictures, the door that they've selected is that 6-light fiberglass door. I have pictures of the same door within 100 yards. There's 6 doors of the same style. So they're just going to replace what they have, the existing, I believe it's a 2-light door. I don't see it. And the clapboard. I don't know how you guys feel about the hardy plank. I don't know if you've used it, but it,
I think we've allowed that before.
Yeah, we've approved.
So is that just the front facade?
yes.
I'm sorry, I should-
Yes, just the front. It's to replace, there's clapboard there now, we're just gonna replace the clap. They had a terrible time keeping paint on it.
What is the color of the door?
Black
Black.
in there too, I think.
Any other questions or comments from the committee?
The hardy plank's the same color as existing, right? Cream? You said the same color as the existing.
Questions from abutters or other interested members of the public? I like your sensitivity to other doors that mimic the one you're, or yours or the owner's, either one. Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. Congratulations if you come up and sign this document, which, as you've heard me say, only signifies if you want to change anything that you'll let us know. Thank you. Good luck with it. The next item on the agenda is 24-D003. It's to demolish the garage at 26 Whippoorwill Lane. Jeff Hall is the owner, and Alexei Lebedev is the agent.
Yep, that would be me. Hello, everyone.
Aye.
I'm the owner. So So we are requesting a special permission. We got 2 items on the agenda. The first one is to demolish existing 1-car garage to build 2-car garage. So we'll pretty much use the same footprint as the first car garage and extend it to the side by another 14 feet to make it square 28 by 28 with the same style.
Questions or comments from the committee? Questions or comments from abutters or other interested members of the public? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Move to approve the demolition at 26 Whippoorwill Lane, 24-D003.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor of approving the application for demolition signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. Okay.
Those pictures of the one we just did,
That's it. Yeah.
because I,
Oh, okay.
Ask you to come up for
It's,
hopefully the first of 2 times to sign,
oh, it's just gonna be a
when
2.
did the dormer?
decide not to demolish. You'll let us know.
All I saw was these. I didn't look it up.
All right, thank you.
It'll be fine.
There's no dormer on that.
It's already passed.
It is already passed, whatever. Doesn't it? It's a picture from somebody. Go, John.
Oh, thanks.
There you go.
The next item on the agenda is 24-A069. It's to construct a 2-car garage at 26 Whippoorwill Lane. Jeff Hall is the owner, and Alexei Lebedev is the agent. So tell us about this.
So like I said, we're taking down 1-car garage to build a 2-car garage, matching the same style with a gable roof. So we'll match the same size of the exterior garage door that's there now, and so we'll put another one just like that. And the pitch of the roof is going to be slightly lower, but close to what it was before, with a white clapboard matching the rest of the house. And same window, we're going to take it out, save it, and put it on the new side of the garage. And we're keeping all the exterior doors as well.
So you said the garage doors are match what's there now. Are you going to reuse one of the garage doors, or you're going to,
Yeah,
so you
well, yeah.
reuse one and then just get one to match? Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Justin Fields for the garage. That's cool.
So the height of the roof is, you're going to keep it below the main roof, but is it going to be a little bit higher?
No,
Same height?
yeah, that's why I said we're changing the pitch slightly.
Yeah.
Not to extend the roof
Right.
beyond the main house.
Right, okay. No more little wood room. The room that's at the end of your garage now.
Oh, yeah.
Where you put logs in, is that for logs?
Yes.
Yeah,
Kind of, I mean,
That was decoration.
rather have a car.
Wasn't really a room.
Hell with you.
Questions or comments from the committee?
I think it's fine. I see no problem.
Questions or comments from abutters or other interested members of the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion.
I just want to add, I'm glad you're moving the window to the front. That's an important balance that will help it. I can move to approve 24-A069.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. Congratulations. As you've probably, if you've been paying attention, heard me say, if you plan on changing anything, you'll let us know.
Do you want him to sign it or the owner?
Good luck with it.
Yeah, what's gonna be what?
I have chips if anybody needs to see them. Cindy, do you have the real chips?
Yeah, I do think we,
Yeah, I got real chips too for a change.
It's a wealth of chips.
We're in the chips.
Don't cash them in.
The next item on the agenda is 24-A070 to paint siding and shutters at 35 Amy Lane. Donna Barata is the owner.
Aye.
So good evening. Tell us.
I have pictures of the existing house, if you'd like to see. It's a two-bedroom ranch. The siding is in the front, from the front door over to, standing in front of it, over to the left. Can I bring these up?
Yeah. Perfect. That was my question. You have answered it. Oh, they're the same picture.
Okay.
Same picture, right? Multiples?
It's a different angle on one of them.
Good.
So I'd like to change the red, burnt red, whatever you want to call it, to a taupe on the siding and blue on the shutters. They're both Williamsburg colors, Benjamin Moore.
Yeah, I'll translate taupe to be brush beige.
Yes. And the blue is Everard blue.
Yeah.
so the shutter is now black?
Yes.
So I assume you're going to paint all the shutters on the whole
Yes.
house? But just that front area of the clapboards are getting painted the
Be
beige?
beige.
Okay, thank you.
Questions or comments from the committee?
I like it better.
Questions or comments from abutters or other interested members of the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion.
Move to approve 24-A070.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. Congratulations, Donna. If you'll just sign this You change your mind about the colors, you'll let us know. Right there. Oh, yes. I got a new one now. After 8 years, 8 years, yeah. Oh, thank you. All right, good night. The next item on the agenda is 24-A071. It's to replace windows and bulkhead at 9 Cottonwood Street. B. Jean Mamonis is the owner, and Muto Inc. is the agent. And who do we have this evening?
I don't think there's anybody on the,
Would appear that
on the Zoom.
there's no one present at present. So do I hear a motion to postpone until the end of the meeting?
Move to postpone table to the end of the meeting.
Thank you.
24-A071, table.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And aye.
Paul votes aye.
The next item on the agenda is 24-A072 to extend roof of pool house and shed at 83 Sisters Circle. Julian Da Silva is the owner.
I think he's on the TV.
Yeah, he's on the Zoom. Come forth.
There you are. Tell us, Julian.
There he is.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Did I pronounce your name correctly, or probably not?
It's William, Brazilian William.
Oh,
Okay, Brazilian William. All right. Okay.
now we know.
Okay. So, tell us about your application.
I just tried to extend the roof off the shed to get some shade for the pool used. I'm extending the roof 30 feet from the left, as you can see in the picture. That's basically keeping the same color siding and the back and the left side.
And the shingles will be,
Everything will be the same, yes. Cape Cod gray.
So, William, is
Okay.
it's just going to be a roof on posts with no walls? I'm having a hard time visualizing what you want to do.
It's gonna be a wall towards the back, and the left side will be a wall, and the front will be all open.
Huh, okay.
Facing the pool, it's gonna be all open.
Is there going to be a floor of some sort?
Pardon?
Is there going to be a floor, like a concrete floor, a pool deck floor? What kind
It's
of?
gonna be, I'm just gonna continue the patio from the pool all the way inside the shading room.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to get it done.
And is the siding of the shaded area going to match what's the pool shed now?
Yes. Yes, it's gonna, it's matching the house, and everything will be the same exactly what it is now.
So just for clarification, the open side faces the pool. You said the front, but
Yeah, it's facing, yeah, the front of the shed, it's facing the pool.
Okay, I just would think of the front as facing sister circles, so that's why.
No,
Okay.
it's, you cannot even see,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, thank you for that. Any other questions or comments from the committee?
Good idea.
Questions or comments from abutters or other interested members of the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion.
I move to, sorry,
No, go ahead.
move to approve 24-A072.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Let's make sure there's enough room under there for my pool chair.
I will.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you do the windows already?
No, she wasn't here.
No, there's no one present.
Oh, I was going to say, that was quick.
Left it to the end of the
Okay,
meeting, see if someone shows up.
okay.
You're all set, William.
Yes, thank you.
Have a great night, everyone.
You
You
too.
too, thanks.
Thanks.
The next item on the agenda is 24-A073. It's to install a privacy fence at the third tee near the corner of Conservation Drive and Hockanum Road. Kingsway Trust is the owner. So, present, please.
Hi, my name is Michael Meniatis. I am the property manager of Kingsway. I represent the Kingsway Trust on this matter. I am joined by Todd Cantera, the owner of Cantera Home Solutions, who we are proposing to do this work. And we propose to install an approximate 56-foot privacy fence to abut our third tee box in an effort to be a good neighbor to our butters on Hockanum Road. We are proposing to install this fence in the same manner and style of all the privacy fences at Kingsway. We did include a picture of one of those privacy fences in the packet. Yes. I have spoken to the abutters of this fence. They are in favor of the privacy from the tee box. They have young children who play in the yard, and they'd prefer not to see the tee box if possible.
Okay. Questions or comments from the committee?
Just, what was this presentation that we got for this? It's this,
Explain this one.
That's just a picture of, from the tee box looking towards the house.
this is what's there now? This, what?
Nothing there.
That's,
You
yeah,
filled
I
these in.
sketched a black line of
Todd
where
is not
the
a very good
fence.
artist, I apologize.
It was a very bad fence.
Aim for effort, execution.
Time you replace that fence.
you're 3.5
The fence is gonna be, it's all wood fence, similar to everything else.
How will it end at both ends? Is it going to taper down, or is it just a post and it's just stops?
Post and stop is our proposed plan. It works with kind of the topography of the area. There are some large trees behind it, so we don't think it will be an eyesore to the neighbors, but if needed, we could slope it down, but that's not the current style we have.
It will have a slight step down when you go from one tee level to the next. In other words, the yellows to the reds. It's about a foot, but
So the 6-foot fence will step down about, whatever, halfway by a foot.
just to go kind of with the grade
Yeah.
of the land.
Right.
That's,
And effectively, this is a dead end. I mean, there is an unimproved road that you can continue on, but
Hockanum Road, which continues through the golf course, is the other road that continues past this. But yes, it is a dead end.
right, okay. Which I think is a mitigating factor in terms of
Yeah.
the slope down.
Okay.
And the style of the fence is the same as the style of other fences throughout Kingsway property. So it'll match existing.
5 wood posts, wood fence board, and a cedar cap.
And the picture you enclosed is misrepresentative in the sense that there's a wall underneath the fence, but you're not putting in a wall.
It's just
Okay.
a fence located
It's
within
the
one of our
fence.
neighborhoods.
Gotcha. Okay, no problem.
Other questions or comments from the committee? Questions or comments from abutters or other interested members of the public? Hearing none, I will entertain a motion.
Move to approve 24-A073.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. Thank you very much, gentlemen. If
Thank you.
one of you would be kind enough to sign this.
Thank you.
In case you change your mind in any way, you'll let us know. Okay. You're welcome. I think it's going to be of great benefit to the direct abutter. Yep. Okay.
Thanks.
Good night, you too.
Todd does Quintero. Oh. Across the way and up the other end.
The next item on the agenda is 24-A074. It's to install a privacy fence at 35 Pheasant Cove Circle. Paul and Catherine McDonough are the owners, and ML Fence Company LLC is the agent. Good evening.
Aye.
Aye.
So our request is to install a privacy fence between our house and our neighbor's house. During 2023, they installed a raised leaching field, part of their septic system, hardscaped on the top. We used to have shrubs and bushes between the two homes. We don't anymore. And because of the way the property line is, it's not feasible to put shrubs in there. So our proposal is to put a solid board base lattice top of fence that would be 48 feet long, 6 feet high, 6 sections of 8-foot fence for a total of 48 feet.
That's what that was.
That's what that was, yes.
Weird swimming pool.
So is that going to come to the front of your house, or just halfway
No,
down, or?
I don't even think
It
it
shows
comes
just
to-
sort of behind the garage, really.
Well, not our garage.
Not our garage, that's their garage.
That's their garage. It doesn't,
Whose house is
This
this?
is their house.
And this is,
Their house.
and their garage?
I don't know. which
doesn't
is
come
their
down even halfway
It's this,
to the middle of our house.
Red.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, the driveway sort of goes up to that.
That's their driveway, the neighbor's
Our
driveway.
driveway's on the other side.
So this is, hold on, this is your plot, yes?
Yes.
So that's your driveway.
On the, as you look at the
On the
photo,
left
on
of
the
the
left,
house. It
yes.
circles around the
It
garage
comes
in the
around the
back.
back.
So the garage is toward the back of the house.
Yes, you can't
Okay.
see the garage from the street.
Right, but the fence
We'll go there.
is along the back side of the garage.
The back right?
Yes, it is.
Back right of the house?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the right house.
From the street, it's not even noticeable because we have a holly tree.
All right.
Why is it you can't add shrubbery? Just curious, sorry.
Because of the property line.
Okay.
It would encroach on a shed and,
Okay, it would take up too much of what's there.
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
ideally, that's what we would have preferred. but,
Right,
uh,
okay,
It's really not a feasible option.
understood.
It's not very attractive to look at that thing.
No.
No.
Oh, it's inconspicuous, it's in the back of the house.
Yeah, I have no problem.
No, I move to approve.
Second.
24-A074.
I don't see any abutters or other interested members of the public, so let's get on with it. All
Second.
in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. Congratulations,
Still up
and
there.
I'm sure since you've been here since the beginning,
Lisa Sherman.
you know that if you're going to
it's Lisa
change
Sherman.
anything,
Yes.
you will let us know.
Yes, we will.
Document to that effect.
Yes, but wait, turn the page. Go to page 2.
Right there, sir.
Good solution.
It's a beautiful neighborhood you live in.
It is beautiful.
So if we table something.
No, it's just to the
end
end of the meeting. We have to
And
look
then
at
we
it.
have to untable it and then table
Yeah.
it for good.
6.5 feet
Yeah,
high?
or
Or just table it.
Just table it to
Well,
the
we
next
have to
one.
untable it and then
Yes,
table
we
it.
do.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So it's like a patio on top? I thought you weren't supposed to put anything on top of the leach field.
Okay.
All right, well, good luck with it.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Have a good week. Is that your sweater?
I'll get it.
Okay. That wasn't too bad, 12 items in an hour and 10 minutes.
I know.
Amazing.
I'm shocked. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, me.
Get too giddy, Ms. Morrison. We have this tabled item we have to deal with.
Tabled, we're tabled.
And we have to untable it.
Untable.
We do.
What is tabled?
9 Cottonwood Street.
Yeah.
They weren't here. They're probably still not here.
Cottonwood Street?
Yes.
Still have to go through the procedure, so, no, I'm not.
I move to
All right, so
untable.
we need to untable application, where is it? A, 24-A071, to replace windows and bulkhead at 9 Cottonwood Street. So
Move to untable 24-A071.
Second.
it's been moved and seconded. All in favor of untabling, signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. All right, now I will call application 24-A071 to replace windows and bulkhead at 9 Cottonwood Street. B. Jean Mamonis is the owner and Muto Inc. is the agent. And are any of those aforementioned here this evening?
No.
It would appear not. So I will entertain a motion to table the application until the next meeting.
Move to table 24-A071 to the next meeting.
Second.
It's been moved and, okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 And aye. So, we have, at the request of John Stewart, other business. Oh, minutes, okay. All right, sorry, jumped the gun. We need to approve the minutes for the May 29th meeting. Do I hear a motion there
Move to
too?
approve the minutes of the May 29th, 2024 meeting.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor of approving the minutes signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. And John, the floor is yours.
Do you have a couple hours?
No.
How about 10 minutes?
Well, really, what I just wanted to put forward was one of the major problem in the improvement, the village center improvements, is the interface between humans and automobiles and trucks. So Mr. Belzikian had offered to you, and some of the other property owners had offered to share their parking spaces with the public and the other customers. But it's not clearly marked that where the parking lots begin. So I showed this to Kathy Williams at the last meeting. I couldn't get the whole thing to print, but we approved this parking sign. It's an arrow. I couldn't get the whole thing in, sorry. But that would be something that would be common to all the parking areas if they chose to enter into an agreement. We can facilitate that, moving the cars off the street and into the back parking lots.
Don't they mostly have back parking lots?
They don't use them because they're not marked,
People aren't aware that they exist.
not aware that they're there.
So this is just to make people aware that there is
There
parking?
is off-street
We're
parking.
not creating parking?
No.
Okay.
Not at all.
Okay.
We're offering it to the, we can offer this to the businesses and say that we will approve it. What I'd suggest is it be a different color, there's so many signs.
So many
insane.
signs.
You can't possibly read all the signs.
Differentiate, I
So
agree.
if in fact we approve this color for Taylor Bray Farm, if we could agree upon a color that would be, all of these signs would be the same on both sides, so they can see it traveling in each direction, east and west, then I think it would help to get the cars off the road.
So it would be there for Golden Jalapeno as well?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
For everyone.
So I think all of this is good, and they could just put their individual picture.
No,
they don't
forget
even-
that.
just the parking
Forget
part.
that. We're just talking about the parking.
Right now, there's white signs with
Just
black
a
lettering
simple
that say
parking
parking.
sign.
There's
Oh,
various
All the
different
same color.
styles right now, so I think, so is this because there are different styles, different shops or inns or whatever?
All have different
all different
signs, right.
So
If
we're
you
trying
make
to
this uniform,
standardize
yes, exactly.
the
I
parking,
like the idea,
off-street
but
parking
I
sign.
liked it with artwork. I don't like just a bright red sign that
It
says
doesn't have to be
parking.
red. It can be whatever color we decide.
Just make it uniform, and it would just
But it needs to
bury
be
the words.
uniform, right.
Because there's a bunch now that are all different from each other.
There are very few parking signs.
There's
I guess I don't have any problem. I liked it with some artwork, but I don't have any
I
problem.
don't know why you can't do a sign that has all of that, and just each business put their own little picture in there. You know,
Yeah, I think, again,
That's not the goal.
That's not where you're going?
No, that's
Okay.
not where we're going at
we
all.
have a lot of information flying at people as they drive through there.
Well, they have their own signs anyway.
Yeah.
They have their own
So-
signs already. This is something different.
So this is just a general parking sign?
General parking
All
sign
right.
down whatever height. It could be low, could be 3 feet off the ground. What do you think?
I like the idea.
And it's going to be up to each business owner to
They're gonna be,
have it fabricated and installed themselves.
yeah.
Oh. Well, I guess they,
What percentage of business owners are looking for something like this? All of them? Do they all wish there was?
Everyone's parking in the street, and that's the main complaint. They're parking on the sidewalks.
And
If you-
the
I can-
complaints coming from the business owners or the
No, the
people who
complaints are
live
coming
there?
from the people who live there.
Okay.
You can't walk down you can't walk down the north side of the street at any time during the day, really. There's people with baby strollers out in the road because there are trucks parked on the sidewalk.
oh, is that
I see this
because,
regularly.
oh, it's not because of the construction that's going on? You're saying there's something
Because
else
people
going
park
on?
on the sidewalk, and they do the same thing for Inaho too. But Inaho has its own parking lot out back.
Right.
Now, there's also parking, I encourage everyone here to look through some of the information that's been going forward. We've been working on this for years. I mean, since over 30 years. And we can't get people to come to an agreement. So at the last meeting Cindy was at, all of this stuff magically appeared, but it's all it's not at all what everyone had agreed to in the past. It's very different. It's, well, it says in our bulletin that we're here to maintain the rural aspect. And once we, it's American for Disabilities Act, the ADA sidewalks, okay? They don't need to be 5 feet wide. The state, the federal regulations are 3 feet wide, and the state regulations are only 4, because you're gonna lose your grass strip, and they're gonna take some people's property.
And they're gonna lose a lot of trees.
And if in fact, and the state says that if in fact we allow them to come in and do this section in the business district, they want to know what we're going to do on the rest of the street. And if you're going to put sidewalks in the rest of the street, you're going to cut down every tree in the village. I'm not exaggerating. It's every tree.
Yep, I hear you.
So we've been arguing and arguing. And I mean, this goes back a long way.
Yeah.
And the whole, I mean, are the businesses ADA accessible? I don't know.
The problem is that once you touch the sidewalk and upgrade it, you're required to bring it to current code.
Right, like
If
anything.
the state, unless the town did it themselves. The last time the sidewalk was upgraded, Bob Lawton was the mover in that, and I talked, they came up with a plan that it was just an improvement. And that was the last time it was done. That must have been 30 years ago now.
Like more of a repair as opposed
Yeah,
to.
it was just a repair, and the town was able to do that.
I agree with you that you need to avoid a sidewalk rehaul.
You're supposed to have 6-inch curbs.
Yeah, and it's just.
That's bad for, if you put in, the state requires ADA 4-foot wide sidewalks, that's all, not 5 foot, first of all. So you're gaining a foot back, right? You can either not take people's property, or you can keep your grass strip. They've also, Cindy came up with a better plan for the trucks pulling off for deliveries. They want to put pavers in. Well, they're an engineering company. They don't have apparently anyone on board that is conversant with historic neighborhoods.
Who are you talking about?
Engineers are engineers. They're going to engineer.
So I think the people need a little more background.
Yeah.
So the town has engaged a consulting engineering firm to help deal with issues in the village, primarily speeding, crosswalks, safety. So they've come up with a bunch of plans that they've been presenting to the stakeholders that live in the village or that work in the village, and then they expanded it last week to include a few other people that were concerned citizens, I guess.
Yeah.
But some of the plans they have is to put in diagonal or parallel parking on both sides of the street, plus 5-foot sidewalks, plus lighting, plus blinking lights over crosswalks. It's going to look like Mashpee Common.
Moly.
So I think that the concern is so much that we just need to bring Old Kings Highway Committee
Into
needs to be
the
aware
discussion.
of what they're thinking.
Kathy Williams has asked us in the past for some advice. Well, we don't have any, it's not our purview. The streetscape isn't our purview. But the engineers, I think, should be consulting with someone who is conversant with antique streetscapes.
Yeah.
Difficult to find someone. I found some people, but, it's $1,000 up front.
Oh, I totally agree with you.
So these are two different issues though, John, right? The
There's-
sidewalks and stuff.
there's
Did we get off the
there's a
parking?
dozen
They're related.
different issues.
They're related.
Does-
It's
no,
safety. So it's parking, people park, so for example, they park in front of John's house and run across the street with no crosswalk to go to the pediatric
Right,
office or the
exactly.
nursery school with their little kids.
Yeah, and there's six parking spaces on the north side that don't have a crosswalk. If you're coming from the west to the east at night and Inahold, people are parking in front of Inahold, they open their doors in front of you and step out into traffic. That's exactly what the parking on the north side will do too. And it'll also take away your green strip, which is, I think.
So you're trying to get people to use the parking lots?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, that makes perfect sense.
Karen Green made the point to me in the past that really the only thing that we can actually help with is signs.
Yeah. Then I totally support it.
I would suggest that everyone on the board look back at the meetings. I have information about the meetings and
Can you send
become
that
involved
whole
as
package,
private
everybody?
citizens. We can't do it as a board, really.
Can you send that package, to everybody that you sent to me?
No,
Is the Yarmouth Historical Society involved at all? Are they coming to the meetings or anything?
not really. They were maybe 2 or 3 meetings ago, but, let me see.
The problem, John, is we don't have jurisdiction.
No, not over the streetscape, exactly. But we've been asked to weigh in.
Which is a courtesy,
But
Yes.
don't we have
not a
some
requirement.
Do we have some jurisdiction over trees?
Yes.
I think it depends on where they are in relationship to the
street,
roadways.
Yes.
6A, which is the city.
Well, what I mean is, the state or the towns, depending on who owns the road,
Has a four
in the
feet.
case of 6A, the state, owns a certain number of feet from the center line.
Fine,
And if
yeah.
a tree falls within that space, they own that tree. If they want to
So-
cut it down,
Why does it matter who owns the tree? We still have jurisdiction over the trees. We can tell the cooperative bank that they can't take down a tree, or we can tell the state that they can't take down a tree. What's the difference?
I don't think we can tell
I'm
the
not
state
sure that's
anything.
accurate.
Well, I don't know. I'm just
It
curious.
sounds like that's the way it should be, but I don't think it is.
I think we should ask
I think
Jim.
if we get
the state
overruled,
always
we
takes precedent.
get overruled on safety issues. Well, we lose on that.
So can you, as our liaison to these meetings, keep us surprised as private citizens and we can, or do you want a letter from us as a committee?
Yeah, for that particular sign, saying that we would approve it. But
Yeah,
someone,
I mean,
but no one has applied for that, no. We tried this before, I don't know how many years ago, and agreed on it, but no one applied for it.
Are you
because
talking
the-
the businesses didn't apply?
No, we don't have an application before us. We can agree that this is something that we would agree to if someone applied for it. Am I right? I think that's how it would have to work.
That would be advisable, I would say.
I think so.
But on the other hand, without going into approval of an application, we can still say to the group that's meeting that we believe this would be a good move and it would
Right.
help.
Exactly.
Yeah, we could draft a letter.
Yeah.
I did, yeah, I told Kathy Williams that I would present it to you guys, just that.
Certainly sign
There's a
it.
lot more, there's so much more
Yeah.
that's
Is there a
going on.
business association that you can direct all your,
You know.
Communications
that's-
do these businesses work together, or?
Yeah, they do, but we're not part of them.
No, but they're looking for, agreement in this issue right here, and we can agree on that.
We can agree on it, but the problem you get into is indemnification. If someone is using someone else's parking lot, who's responsible when they twist their ankle?
So we can't,
They need
we can't decide that. They need to figure that out.
Well, the town has been pushing them to please get together and use those parking spaces, because they're not used at night.
The back lots.
The back lots aren't used at night.
Yeah.
And you've got a huge parking lot now at the doctor's office that probably won't be used after 7 o'clock either.
Right.
You're right, though, that is a legitimate concern. If
It's-
someone gets
it's a
injured on
whole-
your property
the-
or somebody else's
No,
property.
I've been through this before in Boston with parking areas. And indemnification, it's
So we're looking for,
paid for by the people who are gonna use it.
so we're looking for the town to indemnify the businesses.
No, they would have to pay for it if they do that. That would be a separate insurance policy, unless they can put riders on their own insurance. I asked an insurance agent.
It's gonna cost
Does-
some money.
Yeah,
Why would they agree to do that?
you got me.
I don't understand. They have parking lots.
Right, but
Public are using them.
they
So
don't
think
get
of like
used.
Lighthouse Keeper's Pantry,
Yeah.
the bakery. They close at 5.
Yeah.
So their whole
Oh,
parking lot
so you-
behind
so-
there, the restaurants, people that come to the restaurants at Inaho, for example,
Right.
or
Idaho
other
has
places.
ample parking.
They have some parking.
But it's not used, the people park in the street.
I would disagree. I've been there so many times recently, and
The parking lot was full?
Parking lot gets full. The problem is the driveway going into
there
it.
was room in the parking lot. It's very busy,
Well, that.
but it's
then-
not.
Well, I think.
I think it's a choice. People like to, we've always done it.
I understand.
So now you need to say,
There-
please park in the rear parking lots.
That's what the sign is for.
Why don't they
Exactly.
just put no parking on the street?
What I
There's
was
too many
about to.
goddamn no parking signs in the street. It looks
Yeah.
ridiculous.
How many of them are there?
The ones in front of.
People
landscape
wouldn't
restrictions
stop.
are Absurd.
So, anyway.
I think it's a good,
I would encourage everyone to come to these meetings. There's only gonna be maybe one or two more.
Can you alert us?
Yeah, or, if you sign up with, on Kathy Williams' website, on the, town planning,
I'll send them to you guys.
you will get an
Yeah,
email.
that's all. Just, yeah, because I,
Would you like us to write a letter?
Yes,
Are you willing to draft it? And, okay, great.
yeah.
I
will.
think one of the pieces that I think is very pertinent is the fact that the town has hired an engineer, and I don't know how you want to phrase it as, being as courteous and diplomatic as you can, but that from what you've seen, this is not what we, as a committee, would embrace, and,
It's what no one has embraced
Right,
since day
so
one.
I think it's important to
That's
get
what-
that out there somehow.
If we have copies of this,
spending good money on this engineer.
pass these out. This goes back years. I mean, DPW chief faces Rocky Road. We'll discuss 6A
1947.
widening here. Yarmouthport objects to Route 6A road work. It goes on and on. So, to maintain, everyone, and I've been to every meeting that's ever been held since I moved in there that had anything to do with Yarmouthport. And I can tell you that the main thrust of all of those people there is maintain the rural aspect of the road.
Sure.
That's the most important thing. And what's the last presentation, in my opinion, didn't do that at all.
So I just got a text from Lisa Grady regarding a village improvement meeting. The national scenic byway rules standards might have jurisdiction over trees. So I remember this being the case when I lived on a scenic byway in a New Hampshire village. No public shade tree may be cut, trimmed, or removed from along a designated scenic road. The purposes of road repair, maintenance, reconstruction, or blah, blah, blah. So that's a national.
Does that supersede the state?
Well, no, I think Cindy was right about that. I think whichever one is the strictest will win.
Strictest wins.
Yeah. So I think the state's 4-foot wide sidewalks, and you save a foot. You won't have to take people's property, and you'll also maintain their green strip of grass.
Which is rural.
It's rural, that's part and parcel.
Yeah, the minute you put curbs in, it's not rural anymore.
So the
So,
curbs, they're laying on the north side, they agreed to lay them down at 45 degrees so that people could drive up. Emergency vehicles have to be able to get through there. I wouldn't be alive today if it weren't for the guys up at District 1. They got me to the hospital so fast that the doctors told me when I woke up that I expect a huge change of life. And then one after the other, the doctors kept coming in and saying, "Well, how soon did you get here? How fast was it?" And you'd have to ask the EMTs. And you turn, I think those little squiggle out things that, I don't know what they're for, but all they're gonna do is slow down traffic. And the fire department, those parking area, if you look at the sign, you see things that are, I'm not sure what they're supposed to.
It's an insignia on the sign?
No, you can see it on the plans, though.
Oh.
They're also talking about doing something to make the crosswalks more visible, either
Oh.
raise them or make them out of brick or paint them a different color.
That's what they did in
or put flashing
Orleans.
Lights or
They did the
signage or
brick.
something.
Well, they did,
Crosswalks.
isn't it they cut the road and painted in like in front of the schools? So it's a crosswalk.
Oh, I don't know about the
It
schools.
can't
I'm just
be-
thinking
it
about
can't be a
downtown
speed bump.
Orleans.
You can't have speed
Well,
bumps
like
on
what
a
they have in
state
Barnstable
highway.
Village. They have those brick.
The
elevated
Barnstable
humps.
Village bought
Yeah, they're really
they took over the maintenance.
big speed bump things.
Yeah.
They're almost negligible in Barnstable Village.
Part of that is a matter of educating the public, because I believe it's a state law that you have to stop for pedestrians in the crosswalk.
It is.
And they don't.
They don't, absolutely not. No. No, it's really, it's frightening. My house, believe it or not, when you come around the corner, you're going up a hill if you're coming from the east, and your sight line is, you can't see people's heads even when you come around that corner, and people come around that corner and accelerate. And at 45 miles an hour, your field of vision is about this big.
Opposite the town pump, right? Where the town pump was.
You're going up a hill and around a corner.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, well, I would encourage you to draft a letter. I'll help you with it. You can help with it too, Cindy.
be great.
And we'll sign it. And hope for,
I'd encourage everyone to go on the town planning boards or the town
Where were
site
the
and
meetings held?
read.
Here?
What's that?
Where
Yes.
it was held in this
The
room?
last one was, yeah.
The one before that was.
It was kind of
was
a,
the fire station over on.
there was
Yeah.
one at Congregational Church at one point. as I
there was
remember.
one at the senior center. Most of them were at the fire station. though.
Okay, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor of adjourning signify by saying aye.
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 And aye.